Welcome back, everybody, to Champions of the Fog. We're entering into round number 2 of the final qualifiers. I'm your host, littlerugaard, and joining me is once again Giltspire. Giltspire, are you ready? I am so high off that demo game. I can't even. I'm just on cloud 9 right now, y'all. I can't help it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's possible that we'll see some fun killers here as we have the Huntress, the Cenobite, and the Deathslinger on the Torment Creek. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to the possibility of some more Cenobite after yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday's Cenobite gameplay was very, very good. They used their box very well. I think they even got it in chase ones. I think we talked about doing a drinking game with it, and we would have been very, very dead by the end of that match. That was very, very well done. I was thoroughly impressed. I haven't seen much Deathslinger. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Deathslinger possibly today.
Well, instead, we get the Huntress here, and she is out for blood as we do see the machine gun Huntress build with the Babushka and Oakhaft already finding Ace right away. So this is going to be a first initial chase, though. Huntress seemingly losing the Ace, but finding the Nia instead. So looks like we'll make up for that and get the first hit in.
Indeed, an excellent first hit. So I had a question going into this with Huntress. Do you think there is a choice on the cosmetic? Oh, that's such a close hit. Oh no. Oh no, Nia. You chose poorly there, my girl. And that is agitation basement time.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, but
Wait,
not going to basement. I think I know why. I think Pal is on this side, and I heard footsteps, and I think the Huntress did too. Went, no, not happening. We're just gonna hook next to instead.
You know, that's actually a good read from them. I didn't see anybody over there, but I also can't hear that well, so yeah, that would definitely be a good read from the Huntress for sure. I think they get the hit here though. Oh, such a close like. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I was talking about in the previous one how low these loops are. That was a slap! Oh my goodness. Okay, Huntress.
Brilliant hit. Brilliant hit right there.
Oh man. But you know that Huntress has like, that antler cosmetic. Is there something to be said for like having the shortest possible cosmetic on this killer when you play this map? So they can't see you during the loops? Yeah,
that would make a lot of sense. I mean, the taller killers are hard to get, and brilliant freaking hits here. We're seeing just how good you can be at playing Huntress if you know how to abuse the hitboxes, and this Huntress has done a beautiful job of doing that, and looks like we will see the tunnel out on the Nia.
Yeah, not quite able to get that pixel perfect hit on the Zarina, but it doesn't matter as, were they outside the borrowed time? Or did Zarina not have borrowed time because the other two were injured? The first two attempts went wrong.
I'm gonna bet that's exactly it. No borrowed time. First 2 attempts went wrong. And so we're going to see the down on the Nia. Claude going to the corner to waste some time. But Huntress not carrying as we're seeing that generator regress, which means we do have a Ruin play.
Yeah, you see a totem back there, so they've got oh my word. This Huntress has so much pressure going on right now, though they do pick up Nia, so she will go instead take the Claudette. Smart move on the Claudette too, because even with agitation, if they're Reddit, you can't get to the basement from here. You can try, but it's not gonna work out for you.
Yeah, at that point, you definitely need an Iron Grasp, which I can tell you they do not have.
Yeah, about to say, no Iron Grasp. If I saw Iron Grasp agitation, I would be like, all right, is it a basement, Bubba? Like, what's going on here?
At that point, why not just throw on Mantra Shrine, right? Best perk in the game.
Crit, Starstruck, 5 perk loadout, let's go. Man, okay, behavior. Killers need a 5th perk. Don't at me. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't actually mean that. That would be so disgusting if they did, but can we, maybe? Yes? Conversation's open, yes?
Good.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I was like, probably not 5th perk. Maybe we'll see it one day, but probably not today. However, we do hear a perk disappearing from the Huntress's loadout here as Ruin has been cleansed.
And she knew where the 2 survivors were over there. She knows that this survivor just cleansed. Actually, so in addition to being absolutely cracked on these hatchet shots, she has absolutely insane map awareness.
Yeah, no, like so far, really good plays, understanding where these survivors are, where they're going to be, And so just overall, really great play as we see that progression to second stage on this Survivor. So 3 hooks in, this Huntress is looking really good if only 1 gen completed.
Yeah, they did just finish that gen after she left the area, but at what cost? I don't know if they're going to be able to get a save. This is a super open area. It is Machine Gun Huntress. Even if you don't have that basement to, just absolutely knock them down, this is still going to be an absolute nightmare for these survivors to try and get this unhooked. Actually, the move may be not to unhook. I don't know if there's a hard 3. Yeah, there's not a hard 3 gen over here. You got 2 gens next to each other. You might just want to sit on gens.
Yeah, honestly, you're not wrong. Huntress being keen on that idea, however, does wind up the hatchery and push the survivor off of that generator by the bus. And unless there's a kinship in play, unfortunately, I do think that this survivor will be going to death.
I would tend to agree. And again, this is a very, very good Huntress. You can tell they have put hours into this killer. Okay, I shouldn't say hours. I should say hundreds of hours, potentially. Because and the survivors are playing very well. They played correctly. Just sit on the gens, try and get it done. And that's what this ace almost was able to do. Almost finished this gen. I imagine he'll come back to oh, that is such a beautiful shot, even if it didn't connect. Oh, my word.
Yeah, it's just
I never get those.
It's very clear that Huntress understands the hitboxes of the hatchet and how to throw them over objects in such a way where they might be able to lob and get a hit. And that mid-vault, that was a bit scary there for this arena. I imagine she was a bit concerned with the outcome of that hatchet throw, but not able to get the hit. Zarina will end up escaping the chase.
I might have clinched at that shot. I was like, oh, are they? They were going for that thread between the 2 buses, and they almost had it. That was, Survivors now coming back with a little bit of a hit of their own, though. 2 gens punched out. Another gen that Ace was on. Oh, but the Ace is injured here. A little bit of a
yeah, they are, and they will injure the Nia as well. That is now all 3 survivors injured. I expect that we're going to see a reset in some way, shape, or form coming up here in a few moments, unless these survivors do get greedy and just go for the gens.
Good pre-drop there from the Ace, knowing that you do not want to be stuck in that animation. But, yeah, like you said, unless these survivors take the time that Ace is going to give them to reset, they might be in a bit of a trouble here. That gen, I mean, dry kicking, there's no ruin in play. You're pretty much fine on that gen to leave it for a little bit, but yeah, I'm not seeing survivors reset. There might be resilience. They might be doubling down on a gen right now, just trying to jam it out, and then go back to that one that Ace was working on at Fun Bus and finish it at a later date, because Ace is doing the Lord's work right now with these loops.
Yeah, it looks like that is exactly what they're doing, but a beautiful thread on that hatchet going between the pallet and the front of the car will get Ace down. It looks like we are going to get the first basement hook of the game.
Yeah, this will solidify a 2K for sure. I don't think you come for the save of the survivors. At this point, you don't even have to really heal. Just sit on a gen. You know she's not going to come for anybody right now. Oh, however, they did. They sit on gen.
They did indeed. However, we do not know what that 4th perk is. We know Ruin, Agitation, and Corrupt Intervention. So it still could be, it's not a NOED. We know that much. We know it's not a Rancor. So the question is it a no way out?
I would bet it's a no way out. I personally, I don't like NOED on Huntress. The 4% really doesn't make it any better. If you're a 114 killer, it's pretty meh, and you're not going, like, when does Huntress shine with M1s, if we're being honest? You want to be slapping like this Huntress has with the M2. It has been an ode to Huntress game today. I've been just thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, brilliant play here by the Huntress, to say the least. Just beautiful shots. But yeah, Survivors taking time to reset, have not gone for the exit gate there that the Huntress is watching out for. And looks like we are going to at least see a second stage on the Ace.
Indeed. Again, I don't think you can get there's the no way out you were talking about. Yeah, good call there. Oh, unfortunate hitbox there. Nia's gonna get a little bit of distance. However, they are stuck in this game for what, an additional 48 seconds?
45 seconds to be exact. So, not to mention the additional 20 seconds required for the exit gate itself. So, they are going to be in here for a little bit at the Huntress's mercy. So, I think it's possible that we might see a 3K here if they play this right, guarding both the basement as well as kind of boxing out these survivors on the exit gates.
True. Yeah, they force them to the exit gate that is closer to the basement, which is arguably just really, really good for this Huntress. Yeah, I don't think anybody snuck back to that other exit gate at this point, and No Way Out has expired. You've got maybe 15 seconds left on this hook. Yeah, this is gonna be. Oh, they jumped off the exit gate. Yeah, they're gonna secure the 2K. You're right. There could be a 3K coming here.
Yep. Now that has progressed to death, we do see someone on the exit gate here. I think a 3K is very likely, unless they're able to open up the exit gate, then body block for the escape. With no pallet here, though, I think that's going to be a tall order as Rita does get hit and will get downed.
Indeed, and they're going to check out that other exit gate. Yeah, it is already progressed. They're about to be able to get out. I'm surprised she didn't chuck one hatchet over there just to be like, yeah, you want to try that? But nah, secure the 3K. Very strong Huntress gameplay. Very, very strong. I honestly don't have much to say. There was a couple of whiffs, but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, and this Huntress was hitting very close to 100% of her shots anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I think this was brilliant play by Lumi, and that is going to put the Kraken here in a pretty good spot as they'll be flipping over to the Survivor side.
That was a fresh hook on that Survivor, so they hooked every Survivor to like getting that extra little bit of points. 10 stage 2 or 10 stage 3K. The fact that they found this arena as the fresh Survivor might have just been the cream on top. That was very, very well done. That was impressive. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I mean, we've seen really good gameplay on in other matches, so I imagine it's not the tallest order to ask for a 3K at 5G. Like, it's not the tallest order, but that, like, for say like, hey, go perform like that Huntress did, that might be a tall order. I don't know if you can perform just like that Huntress. Maybe we'll see Pinhead.
I was about to say, we could see Pinhead for the slowdown. We could see a whole lot of different options here. You know, Huntress, if they feel confident enough to top that Huntress gameplay, but Pinhead might be the option, just slow down the game passively with that chain hunt.
True. That chain hunt, they fixed the bug with chain hunt now, right? It targets survivors on gens,
yes.
Right?
Yes, they fixed that. They also fixed it that if you're crouching at the beginning of chain hunt when the box is picked up, you do now scream. That was some counterplay to Pinhead, which I kind of wish they kept. It was kind of a cute little thing you could do, but they did fix that as well.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad he's no longer as bugged. I mean, to be fair, even during the bug time when you went around and said, hey, we know there's an active bug with Pinhead, you can change your pick, people still stuck with Pinhead, and it still performed okay. It's just, yeah, you really want the chain hunt to be interrupting the gens, because that's one of the biggest offsets is that you have to stop the chain hunt to do gens at that point, because I don't know if there's any angle on any gen that you can do that the chain hunt can't stop you from doing. So
yeah, it's one of those things. The only option is if you have chain hunt activated and you're on a gen, the only option you could do is kind of similar to Victor in a way and have a survivor basically just taking chains for you, which I have seen done if you're trying to pressure that last gen out. So definitely an option in comp, though I haven't seen that play done just yet. Though, hey, we're now seeing for the people plays in comp as well, so who knows at this point.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What's the scenario? Because we don't have Prove Thyself, obviously, because that's, you know, a very nasty perk. So there's very few one-man gens in the maps that we choose. So I don't know if there's a one-man gen that they would get stuck on. So it would have to be a two-man gen in a corner, and one person's just playing, I guess, defense. Like, all right, one spawn, okay, I'll take it. And they're just, like, loading up on the hooks, like the ultimate masochist over here.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it done before in pubs, not in comp just yet, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see, though. I'm just trying to think of, like, if I'm in this position, what am I going to bring? For me, my Huntress gameplay is still getting fleshed out a bit, not as good as what we saw there from Lumi, to say the least. So I don't know.
You could try to go for that basement hook right off the bat. Like, Huntress tried to, but correctly reading that they weren't going to be able to get it. You could just try and force the basement. It's like, all right, let's do Huntress. I'll get the basement this time, unlike the previous one, and I'll force the basement play and force this game out. But do you take the gamble? I don't know.
Yeah,
are you a gambling man, Gilt?
Well, you know, we'll find out within Season 3, but with that being said, as we are getting the lobby all set up, I do want to remind you guys once again that we are partnered with Stream for a Cause. And we even have our own fundraiser, Champions for a Cause, where basically if you donate through us, you donate through Stream for a Cause and all the causes that they are supporting for that month. And they support everything from refugees in Ukraine to LGBTQA+, and a whole lot more. So definitely check out the link here in chat and donate even $1 if you can. Will go a long way. And of course, we'll support Champions of Champions prize pool in December. But with that being said, we are going to go on a quick break and we'll see you soon.
Be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody, to round number 2, qualifier number 7, trial number 2 as well, Champions of the Fog. We're getting in here very, very shortly. I am calling for a pyramid. I'm sorry, not pyramid head, pinhead. Why did they give us 2 P heads?
You know, just horror icons liking the riff on one another. That's all.
Yeah, I know. I just as soon as Pinhead was announced, I was like, oh no, I can't call Pyramid Head P-Head anymore, just for short. I'm like, now I've got them crosswired in my brain. I will never be the same. I'm not mad they added Cenobite, but you're talking about dyslexic problems. I just have like general brain problems with processing like words, just pulling them from each other. So anyway, I'm here for it.
That is fair.
Wow, that was loading.
Wow. We're jumping right on in. It looks like it is another Huntress. So Squirrel here believes that they might be able to top what we saw that last game, and we'll have to wait and see, as we do see, once again, another Hex Totem out in the wild. So my bet would be a Ruin, though who knows, maybe one day we'll see a Devour Hope.
Quite possibly, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of dig the energy I'm getting here, like throwing down the gauntlets, like, all right, yeah, I'll show you my Huntress. Okay, I'm about to say, you can't thread that, that's not...
Deathslinger maybe, Huntress would be impressive.
Brutal Strength?
That is indeed Brutal Strength, that extra kick in speed. So just trying to shorten up these loops as much as possible. Honestly, not a bad pick on Huntress's part.
I do tend to agree. Yeah, you're right, that is Ruin. And yeah, I do like, actually, Brutal Strength is like a really good perk IMO. It's like really underrated. I kind of wish it was like 30%, but you know, 20% is still nothing to sneeze at.
Huntress getting aggressive there, almost getting Maelstrom on that pallet, but will get the down nonetheless.
Yeah, about to say, I mean, good on Maelstrom for not throwing the pallet, but the Huntress read that, and it was like, all right, yeah, let's try this. And oh, that almost paid off. That would have been sweet, but they did it. They gambled and got the basement hook. Okay. We have a game. Like, even if you aren't as cracked as the previous Huntress, just try and come back from that.
Yeah, and we see that Ruin is still very much up, though we do see survivors back there, so I'm going to be willing to bet that there is a survivor cleansing it as we speak, and I think Hunter's going to try and pressure it.
It makes sense. I mean, if you had that one gen that was regressing, you didn't have much progress on it. They go for the unhook. All right, let's see Machine Gun Huntress in action. There's the borrow time hit.
Oh! I don't think the Huntress expected her to throw the pallet. Honestly, I didn't either, but if Huntress would have committed to the hatchet throw, Feng Min would have been down on the ground for free.
I thought they were doing a mind game with the flicks, but ultimately it doesn't matter. The Kate needed to get out of dodge and not near the shack, and now she went down near the shack. All they did was hook trade. You're still got the basement issue on the board.
Yeah, I think
now pallet's gone.
Yeah, pallet's gone. This is going to be a whole lot weaker in comparison. I think, honestly, the Kate and the Feng Min both panicked a little bit inside, as they were not expecting the Huntress to be able to get the hit and almost a follow-up hit over the pallet. So Kate probably stand there just trying to take a body block in some way, shape, or form.
True, and it does look like during all the madness, Ruin was cleansed.
Yes, Ruin was indeed. So there was a survivor on that totem during these chases. We do see a deliverance. So all that value actually did get lost there in the long run.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. If that was their deliverance player they sent down there, they just reset the pressure that the basement had, and now in fact, Huntress might be on the back foot a little bit here. They need to get this down ASAP, as they are in chase with the Cheryl. Cheryl is a fresh hook, so it is extra points, and honestly, with the amount of pallets that are going down, Brutal Strength getting some good value.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, Brutal Strength on certain killers just really can go a long way. We're seeing that here with the Huntress, as they do get another down and pallet break on the Cheryl. Will not be going for basement this time, though, and instead going to be hooking next to this generator.
I mean, this makes a lot of sense. You've got this generator, you can dry kick and get it regressing slowly, and you can just camp this out if you really feel like it.
Yeah, it does make a ton of sense, as we do hear another gen pop off in the distance. A little bit of progression here, so Hunter's going to check it out and will dry kick as well.
Quite so get me if I'm wrong, because again, you are my dictionary go-to for deep. Another gen flying off in the distance. Oh man. Okay, the pressure might be a little bit more desperate than I thought for this Huntress, though. There is a latent 3-gen. I guess for Huntress it's not the worst. So okay, does Brutal Strength? I thought it saves you a total of 4 seconds in chase. If they drop the pallet and run, if you kick it with Brutal Strength, you get an additional 4 seconds speed up to the survivors in chase by the time saved in the kick. Is that true?
More or less, the answer is yes. So Brutal Strength does save you a lot of time in chase, and especially if 110 killers like Huntress that need that distance in order to line up their shots, it definitely goes a long way. Okay,
so I am not a complete weirdo for taking Brutal Strength in my Huntress games, because I was like, I like Brutal Strength. It feels really good. But at the same time, I'm like, is there really value? Okay, so there is some min-maxing value to bringing it. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, but it is reliant on survivors throwing them and you not taking a stun. So that's the biggest thing is, like, in order to get the amount of value you probably want, you need to kind of cater your playstyle to it. But these survivors, not going for the unhook just yet, actually do hear a gen pop for 10 seconds right there with the ace, and looks like we'll see the chase off and then going back to the hook as we see that survivor trying to go for the unhook. Huntress trying to get the angle on the cape, but not able to make it happen. The will read down the Cheryl.
Machine Gun Huntress value there, getting a hit right before the blind as well. Yeah, they were thinking about lining up and trying to get that shot and, you know, threading the needle like we saw previously, where you can miss the iframes of the survivor on hook. Deciding to opt in, you know, it paid off in the end. They took the bar time hit and they just immediately followed it up. And
yeah, overall, really good.
Oh, they got it! Ooh.
And to add insult to injury, another gen in the distance. I'm willing to bet that Ace is over by the truck, still working on that gen as we speak. So I'm thinking that the most we see here, maybe a 1, if not a 2K.
Yeah, survivors or killers have to play out of their minds here to get this going, because all 4 survivors are up at the end game. No Way Out is the final perk revealed. Yeah, I do not know if they're going to be able to get this. Yeah, they need this down ASAP. The fact that there was... Oh, good attempt there.
Yeah, but so Kate coming in, going for the body block here, trying to extend his chase as much as possible. And Huntress, with only 1 hatchet left, does throw it at a wall. And Fangman here for the double body block, just waiting out No Way Out with about like 15 seconds left. I don't know if they're going to be able to do much here in order to get a down before the exit gate might get opened.
True. They are thirsty. They might be trying to really attempt the 4-man out here. If they can get a 4-man out, that is a statement.
Yeah, you're not wrong. No Way Out just now ending. I imagine Ace on the exit gate as we speak, and these survivors have now pulled Huntress away from the other exit gate and are trying to gain a little bit of distance, make a little bit of time for these survivors to either reset and extend chase further for more body blocks, or to even get the exit gate open as we hear it open. And I imagine we see the 3-man out at this point.
Oh yeah, you take the out. That is a well-deserved W for this Survivor squad. Very good play. Managing to counter the basement Huntress in just fantastic style. Beautiful play.
Yeah, overall, just really good play overall. I will say the Huntress did a really great job at the beginning. It's just, at the end of the day, that Deliverance really did just shake up the entire game, giving the survivors all the pressure they needed.
True. Again, like you said, the killer played well. The survivors just had the counterplay. They came ready for the Huntress this game. So I imagine, I mean, to be fair, with the Huntress like that on their team as well, I imagine they've had plenty of practice in the off time.
I would imagine so, but with that being said, the Kraken will once again take the W, moving into round number 3 without a loss underneath their belt. It does appear that we do have a couple of matches still ongoing between Arctic Wolves, Requiem, Team Serenity, and Entity, so we will be taking a little bit of a break here before we get started with round number 3.
Sounds like a great time. This has been really, really fun. I'm sad I've got to dodge for these next 2 matches because I got stuff to do, but I do believe, is it obvious gonna be on?
Yep, so we are going to have, I believe, first off and foremost, is actually all for Domo joining me.
Yo,
and then
Domo
we are
Sensei?
going to have
Let's go.
Avi after that for the last round of the day.
All right, excellent. I haven't seen Domo Sensei in a while. Say hi to him for me, will you?
Will do, will do. With that being said, we will be back here in just a few moments, so definitely make sure not to go anywhere, as round number 3 will be starting up by 2 p.m. at the very latest, though I imagine we'll probably see it a little bit sooner as the last matches have just been getting started, so probably closer to 1:45, if not 1:50, so stick on by, keep us live, and we will see you soon.
Thank you, everybody.